I messed up. Well, we're not hexes in a call today. We're still dog sitting right now.
Sitting.
House sitting. Dog sitting. I don't know. One of the two.
And the cat, so they have this cool, like, crushed ice making machine thing. The cat just knocked the water out from it. Hi, Mary Jo.
Hi, Mary Jo. Hey, Natalie.
How are you? Hey, Natalie.
Hi, Mary Jo.
All right. So
what are we doing? We're talking about
serial killer groupies.
Serial killer groupies. What did I title the show? Deadly Infatuations. No, or I don't know. I was kind of stoned last night when I did it. Mm-hmm.
So
we're getting into like serial killer groupies and stuff like that, and actually seeing, not seeing, but telling stories about them.
Well, I'm going to start with clicking here and doing this. So we're going to talk about 10 serial killers with obsessive groupies.
And where do we get this from? So we can
this is from planetdolan.com.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish I could show off this picture, but I tried to get it to go and it just didn't want to go.
Yeah, we're on our laptop right now. It's a nice laptop, but we're on our laptop.
Wayne Adam Ford.
Mm-hmm. Wayne Adam, I've never even heard of this guy.
Really?
No. What is it? What do you do?
Okay, so here we go. You'd think that there'd be nothing attractive about a man who picks up and dismembers prostitutes, right?
I don't know.
I guess beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
There's an actual term for women who they get sexual gratification from
being with a dangerous man.
Well, people who commit crimes.
Well, yeah, I don't know the term right now, though. So Victoria Redstall apparently just had a lady boner for this guy.
A lot of. You'd be surprised. I think, was it Richard Ramirez had the most?
Or
groupies?
Bundy.
No, I don't think Bundy had as many. I think Richard Ramirez had the most out of all of them.
Yeah. Well, so, okay. Sicko in question, Wayne Adam Ford. He actually sent his victims' severed breasts to the police to taunt them.
Is he the one?
Yes, he's the one they were wanting to do the thing on.
No, but he's also the one who he did do that. He sent his the breast to the police, but he eventually showed up at the police station with the breast, sat it on the desk, and said, "If you don't stop me now, I'm going to keep doing this."
Yeah.
Yeah. I had no idea. I think he was picked up in Seattle or something like that, wasn't he? Or he turned himself in.
Well, anyway.
Mm-hmm.
The interesting part about this one is Victoria is actually an actress.
Who is she?
She's a British actress.
Oh my God, it makes sense. Never mind.
Victoria Redstall. She's a British actress.
So this wasn't America then? Or was he Joe?
He might be.
Okay.
I don't really know much about this guy. I know that he did the booby thing. So, when she heard his story, she made it a point to find a way to get in touch with him. And
Wait, Adam, the story.
whoops, sorry about to share things out. My phone was up. Love finds a way.
Yeah. So
Hi, Kisa.
Here's the best part.
Kisa's in here.
Hey, Kisa. Well, here's the best part. She's actually a spokesperson for breast enhancement supplements.
So
I don't know why that's so funny.
Well, it's funny because
he likes cutting off boobies. Just his type. So during these prisons visits, the pair sang together, talked about their childhoods, and Victoria had saved a picture of Wayne as her cell phone background and told people she trusted him with her life.
Oh, sorry, Kisa. I just sent you an invite. I know you're already in here.
So next, we're going to talk about Jeffrey Dahmer. So
please tell me it was girls who were obsessed with him.
Yeah, that's the funny part. In fact, it's this chick right here.
Milwaukee.
So there is I wish we could pull this up, but her name is Karen Rasmus, I think.
Let me. I'm gonna have to back out real fast.
If I'm remembering that correctly, don't do it.
Okay. Well, we'll do it here in a second. Oops, sorry. There you go.
So her name's Karen Rasmus, and she says that Jeffrey Dahmer is the man of her dreams. Too bad he didn't like women.
Jeffrey Dahmer actually, he was actually a very handsome guy, and
well, yeah, look at that picture.
I would put Jeffrey Dahmer definitely in the.
He was good looking,
tragic,
but
when it came to serial killers and stuff like that, he knew what he was doing, but he was definitely in the tragic column.
Yeah,
along with William Bonham, because they had impulse issues and stuff like that. They couldn't control themselves. And
Calvin can comment.
Is Calvin back?
Yeah.
What? Let's bring his comment up real fast.
All right, so let's get in there and look at some of the comments.
Calvin's back.
Calvin.
All right, let's look at comments real fast. I'll bring something up here real quick.
What are you doing?
Learning how to use the laptop. By the way, we got a very nice gaming laptop here, and it's like super silky smooth. Sorry, go ahead. All right.
I can't continue without my notes.
I was going to bring that picture up that we had. Where's the overlays at? There we go. The picture of Jeffrey Dahmer and his love affair.
So this one actually is...
No, it's Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah, Dahmer.
This is the one we're talking about right here.
So, I mean, look at Dahmer there in the bottom.
Dahmer
corner. He wasn't an unfortunate looking man.
No, Dahmer was bigger than me. He was just
messed up in the head.
Dahmer was bigger than me. I'm 6'1". He was like, I want to say he was 6'3" or something like that. He was a big dude. And he just messed up in the head and everything, but he was a very handsome fella.
Mm-hmm. So let's get into what's going on here. So Jeffrey received over $12,000 from his fans across the country. He was in prison for sexual assault, murder, dismemberment. Well, listen, I'm listing everything. God.
Sorry.
Calm down there. So he was in prison for sexual assault, murder, dismemberment of 17 men and boys. He was also known to partake in necrophilia and cannibalism, which we all know.
He definitely partook in necrophilia. It wasn't like he dabbled here and there. He did.
So he was caught when one of his victims was seen running handcuffed naked down the street.
No, and that victim actually the cops almost didn't believe him.
I know.
The cops, and
That's so messed up.
Because one of his victims, he actually ran out there and was like, "Oh, that's just my boyfriend." And the cops actually was like, "Here you go. That's what people who are into same-sex relations do is bondage and all their stuff." So let's go ahead and you can have him back. And then later on, he turned him into a zombie and killed him.
I mean, okay, so the case was pretty clear cut, with it only taking about 5 hours to convict him.
Yeah.
He was given 16 life sentences, but didn't actually get to serve them since he was murdered by another inmate.
You know, the big
in
misconception
94.
of Dahmer is that the big misconception of Dahmer is that he had a broom handle shoved up his ass and pretty much was bled out. Actually, the real thing, what happened was he was just beat to death.
Mm-hmm.
There was no any of the other rumors. I know those rumors spread like wildfire among the media and stuff like that, but in reality, he was just beat to death. So.
Yeah, we can. I just we can see you, Mikey. We're just not to the comments yet.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, we're getting the comments here in a second. Sorry.
Hi, Zool.
Zool, let's just get the comments here real fast.
I see his comments. We just haven't got to the comments yet, guys.
So here's where are we at? Where are we at?
Halloween Kills.
Where's Halloween Kills? We'll just start right here. Hi, Calvin's back. Hey, Kisa. Mikey, hello. Then, I just got to, there you go. Halloween Kills. Yes. Was it good? I do want to, I saw it when I was picking up some deliveries today. I saw it on the theaters and I was like, I do kind of want to see this, but.
It's on Peacock. We can watch it when we get home.
Let me see your Peacock. Cock. Oh, man. Then where's Zool at? Hey, Zool.
Hey, Zool.
What's going on there, dude? Yeah. I don't think Liz and Frank. There we go. I don't think Liz and Frank know I'm here. No, we know you're here, dude.
So, Mikey, if somebody goes live on their personal account and they're using StreamYard.
No, I'm not on a personal account here.
I know you're not.
Sorry.
I'm not talking about you. If somebody goes live on their personal account and they're using StreamYard or sometimes even through Facebook itself, you're not going to see they're not going to see your comments.
As in a future reminder, if we ever live and Eaton Sundays in the actual Eaton group, when we are live and we're not just sharing to it, there's a little spot below the banner on the actual post that says you basically have to agree to StreamYard. That's in private groups and on private pages. And you agree with that, and then it'll actually let you guys come up, and then your comments come through. Other than that, we just go live onto the actual Facebook pages and stuff like that.
You got to at least say it's good or bad, not like you don't have to.
Yes, the old fucker's back.
I was talking about the one right above that. It's different, he said. Okay.
I you know what? The reason why I didn't see the first one, I guess, in the series was because he's supposed to be a 70-year-old man, and I'm like, even a 7-year-old serial killer cannot function the way they did in their prime.
Yeah.
You know? So I was like, I don't know if I can go see this or not, you know.
All right. So now we're getting into Charles Schmidt. Unconditional love is great and everything, but there has to be some conditions, right? Like if you found out your significant other chewed their fingernails or say murdered children. I don't see how those equate, but those would be deal breakers, wouldn't they?
I think murdering children would be a deal breaker, but if you came up to me and was like, "Hey, I've been murdering
my nails.
I've been murdering men for the last couple of years," I would be like, "I love you. How can I help you?" I think that's a little different.
So, apparently, this isn't a deal breaker to the groupies of this child serial killer.
No, for the most part, it's actually not.
Which is ridiculous.
It's the whole idea of being in love with someone who's committed crimes.
So basically, Schmidt proved what a lot of people have always suspected, which is pretty much that if you're good looking, you can get away with anything.
Yeah, but then how do you explain Henry Lee Lucas?
We're not there yet. Thank you.
We're almost to it.
But I feel like maybe we should do this. So
Schmidt.
Whatever.
Oh, it's fine. You don't got to spell it right.
I do. So let's go back over here.
I don't even know who he is. There's a lot of, you know what? There's times where I'm like thinking like we're gonna run out of like serial killers to talk about, and then like there's just
There's always new ones.
many of them out there throughout the era.
So this is him. I personally wouldn't call him good looking, but I guess
he is definitely Benicio del Toro right there. He is slightly.
Don't insult Del Toro.
He's doing the same look.
This is from the 60s.
He's a werewolf right there. When Benicio del Toro took over the role for the werewolf, I actually like that movie a lot.
Well, that's Charles Schmidt. His fans are ridiculously devoted to him. So his 1960s trial attracted record-breaking crowds of women who came out just to get a glimpse of him, as if he was Elvis.
Being Schmidt, was he American or was he German?
I don't know.
He wasn't. It'd be better if his name was Wilhelm Schmidt.
I'm pretty sure he was here in the U.S.
Do you know who Wilhelm Schmidt is? It's Will Smith. Have you seen anything from Bruno? It's a good movie.
So even the widely respected author Joyce Carol Oates wrote a short story about him. He must have had some secret power that made women swoon.
It's a lot of serial killers do have charm. I mean, all of them. That's how they're able to get their victims. I mean, even the guy we're getting to right now.
This one I don't get.
Henry Lee Lucas had charm. He did.
So
you have to. The main thing with being a serial killer is you have to be able to present yourself as innocent, and in order to get your victims, to make them feel it's okay to get into your van, or it's okay to go on a walk with you, or do whatever. They all have that charm, with the exception of maybe like Joachim Kroll or Richard Chase. Richard Chase just didn't. Richard Chase was actually more of a spree killer than anything else.
Well, it's also because there was a lot wrong in his head.
Mm-hmm.
So he didn't exactly have that charm because he wasn't capable of it.
Well, exactly. And so was Joachim Kroll was not able to do that either because
again he didn't have that ability. So
Edmund Kemper did.
Okay, so apparently you don't really need to be that good looking to find love. It turns out there's hope for everybody, even if you're a one-eyed mass murderer with rotting teeth. Isn't that lovely? So he allegedly killed hundreds of people. In reality, it was more like 11.
In reality, it was actually more like 3 or 4.
No, they actually said that it was 11 total. But he admitted to over 230.
The Confessions killer.
Yeah.
Right there.
So, and the reason he was admitting to them was it was getting him things.
Well, that and it just he liked the interaction.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It wasn't just getting him things. It was also the interaction, the attention that he got.
That's included in getting him things.
You're getting me things.
So he got TVs. He got to go out. He got to travel. He got to hang out with the cops. The cops treated him.
He went to
nicely because
he went to crime scenes and Henry Lee Lucas went to crime scenes and made up stuff on the spot.
And they were like, "Yeah, sure, cool."
And because the Texas Rangers were so eager to offload these cases, they just went along with it.
Like Orange Socks.
Yeah.
And Orange Socks was completely wrong. Like he never did that.
None of it. The vast majority of this stuff he never did.
But I mean, Orange Socks was like the most famous one.
Well, if you actually look at like what Henry Lee Lucas looks like, and you're like, dude,
He had an IQ of what? It was 81 or something.
Well, with Henry Lucas, it's either it's 100% true or it's 100% false.
Yeah.
You know, that he was a molester and he did a couple crimes and that was it, a couple murders and that was it. But there was no way he was part of a gigantic satanic sex cult and all this.
Well, I mean, there's also Otis Toole, which, by the way, is the reason
Otis Toole was
he killed Adam Walsh.
Yeah,
he killed Adam Walsh.
Oh, yeah.
He's the reason why we have America's Most Wanted, or had. No, it's back.
No, it's been there. It hasn't stopped. It's just what's his name? Brian Walsh? No, what's his name?
John Walsh.
John Walsh. He just doesn't. He hasn't hosted for a while. I think he actually did come back hosting it, which is
kind of cool.
It was kind of cool. I actually liked the show.
I loved the show.
Being that a true crime nut that we are.
I've been watching it since I was itty bitty.
Oh yeah. Well, Matthew McConaughey actually that was his first. No, I'm sorry. Unsolved Mysteries was Matthew McConaughey's first gig. No joke.
Unsolved Mysteries.
That's what I said. Unsolved Mysteries.
Not.
I know. I corrected myself.
Okay.
Unsolved Mysteries was Matthew McConaughey's first gig.
Yeah.
And,
so.
Yeah.
with Otis Toole, if you guys didn't know, Otis was actually his secret lover.
No, there was no secret about it.
Secret lover.
He took all of Otis's Toole.
Yeah.
No joke.
But the two of them shared an unhealthy interest in death and rape and all of that. So they got up to all kinds of unsavory stuff together. Mm-hmm. But despite all of these issues and a brief foray into incest, Henry still attracted the attention of several female admirers when he was eventually sent to prison. He even concocted a plan to exonerate himself by posing a fan as one of his victims. It failed spectacularly.
It actually didn't.
And Henry died in 2001 in prison.
He did die in 2001, but it didn't exactly fail spectacularly because they actually went and visited the lady, and she was there. She was actually pretty convincing. I remember that one. And they're like, this, and then also she came clean, basically.
She's like, okay, you know what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's get to some of the comments before we jump into this
there's
one.
A lot of stuff
because this guy, I don't consider him a serial killer.
Manson was not a serial killer.
Okay.
Sorry. Manson just wanted to do some stuff. Kelly's here.
Hey, Kelly. Welcome back.
We fixed some stuff, and Kelly's back.
Trust me, you're going to wig out on this film.
Oh, yes.
But I don't want to ruin the movie.
What is it? Oh.
Stephen P. Kitty Cat's review of this is great because it has no spoilers.
Wait, did he?
He did a review. He saw it. No, he did a.
Oh, it's coming up, right?
No, it's already posted.
Okay. You know what? If I can live through the sequel to Rob Zombie's Halloween, which
I liked it. I'm sorry.
No, the psychedelic part of Rob Zombie's. I was like, how do you have a mental and spiritual connection like that to whatever's going on here? But whatever.
I liked it.
That was during Rob Zombie's Lords of Salem. Hey.
I'm doing this real fast because
Lords of Salem time when he got really psychedelic and stuff like that. I don't know. Now
yes, if you guys are having issues commenting on the pages or the feeds, let one of us know because we're discovering that a lot of people are having issues.
Yeah.
And so we were able to take care of it for a few people right now, but we don't know unless you tell us.
We saw that earlier. We get a lot of people coming in to watch, but some comments aren't coming up.
Yeah.
And someone brought it to our attention, and we fixed it.
So there might be another Halloween. I'm not sure. They're planning on doing multiple parts.
I'm pretty sure even if it's not Jamie Lee Curtis, they're going to keep doing Halloween throughout the ages. It's just one of those films that
I heard there's going to be one called Halloween Ends.
It's never going to end. Halloween is never going to end. So we're going to watch about Baba.
Damn, my eyebrows.
Boo. Hi,
Boo.
Kelly.
All right. What just happened? Bone Thugs?
Where's Bone Thugs?
Busy.
Bring it up.
Bone from Bone Thugs.
Wait, is he
on AME?
That's awesome. I love Bone Thugs and Harmony. That was Bone Thugs. And,
AMW. That makes more sense.
Bone Thugs and
America's Most Wanted, guys.
Was he?
Yes.
He was in jail for a while. That's right. I remember that. He actually got out though.
All right.
Hi,
Halloween
Cosmo.
is brought to you by Activia.
All right. Let's do a commercial fast and we'll get into
Hey,
that.
Cosmo.
Hi, Cosmo.
All right. Oh, wait, hold on. I saw somebody else here. Hey, Mike.
Hey, Mike. What's going on?
Halloween 97, Nightmare in the Nursing Home.
That's pretty much going on. Do you guys remember Halloween H2O? Actually, I really liked that one. That had,
I almost got us Christmas lights with his mask. It was the H2O mask.
Well, it was who was in that? Was it Busta Rhymes that was in it? I actually really liked that one. Yeah.
All right, guys. So we're gonna go to commercial, and then we're gonna start talking about Manson. Because he had a lot of groupies. Yeah, I mean, he had groupies to begin with.
Manson, his whole thing was, I'm sorry, he was never in it for killing.
He just wanted to do drugs and have sex.
We'll get into that, though. So here's commercial real fast.
Give me a minute here. We'll be back.
This is Mikey from Out of the Ordinary, and you're watching PBDC TV.
Oh, hi. First thing in the morning, when I'm listening to music and getting a little bit of time for some creepy research, I'm always representing with my PBDC merch. What a better way to have a cup of coffee in the morning.
Don't forget to check out our other cool merch at rootsbleedred.com. That's rootsbleedred.com.
This is Professor Edgar Fluffosaurus from Spooky Tales with Steve the Cat, and when I'm not hosting Monster Chat or knocking down small Japanese cities, I'm watching PBDC TV. Now back to the show.
So next, we are going to be talking about a man who actually hits close to home for us because he died here.
Died here in Bakersfield at
Mercy.
Was it Mercy? No, it was
Mercy.
It was Mercy. Sorry, yeah, Mercy. I was born at Memorial here in Bakersfield. He died at Mercy.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I think that's one of the things that we were talking about when we first started getting together. I was like, dude, Charles Manson died here in my hometown.
No, he was in the process of dying, and we drove over to the hospital to see if there were a bunch of people there.
The bunnies of chaos are coming for you. The bunnies of chaos are coming for you.
Good morning.
Anyway, so he died every time. All right, let's get to some comments real fast before we get into Manson and stuff like that.
All right,
There's a lot.
He was kidnapped as a child, but he wasn't in jail.
Who was kidnapped as a child?
Busy. Bone Thugs.
Oh, there is one part of Bone Thugs that was in jail. And when he came out, Bone Thugs started right back up again from where they left off. And it was Bone Thugs and Harvey. No, like where other rap guys, rap stars and stuff like that were just doing the new stuff. Bone Thugs they never stopped being Bone Thugs.
They played here with Belle Biv DeVoe.
Yeah.
And we missed it.
Yeah, Bone Thugs is Bone Thugs.
Oh, and Chris Brown was there too.
No, what's his face? Was it Snoop Dogg's cousin who did Regulators?
Mm-hmm.
Warren G. There you go. Warren G. and like Nate Dogg, when they came back out later on in like the 2000s, they just
sorry.
Nate Dogg was not Nate Dogg anymore. He was still
like 2 to the 1 to the 1 to the 3.
It was cool, but it wasn't Nate Dogg. You know, it was Nate Dogg, but it wasn't Nate Dogg and stuff like that. But
hey, Jeff.
Hi, Jeff. We were talking
How
about
are
you last night.
We were talking Friday. We were talking about you because we were talking about when we were doing the show on Gary Ridgway.
Yeah.
And we were like, what's up? Mikey, they're back. Guys, that's not me on the radio.
No.
Hiya, Ka. Where are you? Are you on vacation?
She's getting ready to possess things on that end.
Who's the real Mikey? What's up? Okay, blah, blah, blah. Thank you so much, Jeff. Yes, please share out the feed.
Call the cops, man. These goddamn psycho people are on again.
Dead ladies, coffee, dinosaurs, and this weird hand hitting a TV. All right. I love those socks when I need them.
Yeah. Well, from what I heard, Odd Mother stole them off a dead person. It was a grave over from Odd Mother.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
we're not supposed to tell people that.
I know.
We are great, thank you.
We're doing good.
Ma, young man, don't make me get the flip-flop. Don't get
the chancla.
We will get the chancla.
All right. So let's get into Charles Manson real fast.
All right.
Gotta run.
So here we go.
Oh,
Flesh
bye,
and
Kelly.
Bone. Bye. Have
Kelly.
a good one.
So Charles Manson.
Wait. So it was Flesh and Bone.
Okay. Who went to jail? Yeah.
Yeah. So, so Charles Manson.
His whole thing was groupies. That was the whole point of the Manson family.
Also, Manson's not a serial killer. I'm sorry.
He's not a serial killer.
He's messed up.
He might have committed one murder. I think even that was not questionable because he, from his childhood being locked up in like juvie and stuff like that, especially at the time in the 50s. He defended himself in
prison and killed somebody.
Well, no, it wasn't even that. He just had to be crazy. He had to.
No, I'm talking about when he was locked up after the fact. He defended himself in prison and murdered someone.
But the whole thing with being hugely sexual with him, he had to be the biggest, baddest guy, even though he was very short.
He was, I think, shorter than me.
So when he was in prison, didn't matter. He had to be basically the craziest guy ever, and partook in a couple rapes and everything like that while he was not in prison, but when juvie and stuff like that. But when he got out of prison, mind you, the Manson family actually took place over a year, maybe a year and a quarter, maybe a year and a half. Mm-hmm. All that stuff happened real fast, and all he wanted to do was have sex.
Drugs and have sex.
Yep.
So I mean, he's most famous for his group of people, his followers, killing Sharon Tate, and while she was pregnant.
Well, that was Tex. Sorry.
Followers.
Oh.
So he was arrested, and he basically became a celebrity like instantly.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Women flocked to his murder trials, sent him letters vowing their servitude, would visit him in prison. He had conjugal visits with various different women.
Well, one of the craziest things is actually going
and three of his children are named Charles Manson.
One of the craziest things is actually going to the Museum of Death here in California or Hollywood.
Oh, the swastika blanket.
Well, you can see one of his blankets that his followers made for him.
No, that was his blanket that he made.
Was it?
Yeah.
And they also got his prison uniform.
Mm-hmm. They have a lot of things from him.
It's very surreal to actually see that in person and stuff like that.
It was interesting, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
But let's be real. The real psychopath, I mean, he was crazy, but the real psychopath was Tex.
He was very sociopathic. He was very much a sociopath.
He was created.
But the problem was with Charles Manson, he did so much acid and did so much talking while high on acid and other peyote and other drugs that his other psychopathic followers were like, well, let's go ahead and do helter skelter here and stuff like that, you know? And I'm not condoning anything. I just
wanted to play the video of him all Dance Dance Revolution.
But all he wanted was sex and girls. Yeah, that's really what it came down to. And drugs.
So in 2013, one of Manson's many groupies, a young woman named Star, announced that she would marry the 79-year-old. But Charles Manson was like, no way, man. You can't tame Charles Manson. So
you can't tame the Manson man.
And then he died.
That's very true.
This guy, I hate this guy.
Jordan Vandersloot. Who is this guy?
Do you remember the girl they were on vacation? It was Natalie Holloway.
Oh, is he the German or
he was
European guy?
Scandinavian, obviously Vandersloot.
But he wasn't a serial killer. He just killed the one person.
So
whatever.
The thing, God, he is such a piece of shit.
Oh yeah, for sure. He killed her down. He was Costa Rica, right?
No, they were in like the Bahamas or something.
Well, they were in Caribbean. There you go. We'll say Caribbean. But what?
I'm sorry. He's murdered 2 women that they know of. And he is currently serving a 28-year sentence in Peru for the other murder.
Oh, dude, that's not a good place to serve a sentence right there.
Yeah, sucks to be him, doesn't it?
Peruvian prisons are very not good.
So he's been in prison for quite some time now. That happened when, 2006 or something?
2009 or something. I think I want to say it's something we can get into later, but
we'll talk about that one later.
Peruvian food and the Salvadorian food is absolutely amazing.
Okay, ADD.
I'm just saying.
But he gets hundreds of letters and has even received 2 serious marriage proposals, proving that not actually beating women. Okay, so when he's not actually beating women, he's beating them off with a stick. I'm sorry.
Well, it's the same thing.
It had to be said.
Well, it's the same thing with Richard Ramirez. I think out of everyone, Richard Ramirez had the most groupies out of all of them. And Richard Ramirez was actually.
We haven't got there yet.
I know we haven't got there yet.
Is
he in here?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
So, Jordan Vandersloot is currently serving a 28-year sentence in Peru for the murder of Stephanie Ramirez. He's also a major suspect in the disappearance and presumed murder of Natalie Holloway from Alabama.
So-
Interestingly enough, Natalie was reported missing 5 years to the day before
Here's the thing.
Stephanie was murdered.
Here's the thing. Him being a Swedish civilian or citizen means he will just be, the minute his 28 years is up, he'll be shipped back to Sweden, and the American sentence won't even be served.
I know.
That's the one thing. Like, because he will get out when he's done.
So next we're talking about Kenneth Bianchi. He's one of the Hillside Stranglers. In fact,
well, he was a good-looking one, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was the one that my grandpa.
Was he the fugly one?
No, he was the good-looking one that my grandpa actually he worked.
Who was the other one? What was his name? Kenneth Bianchi.
Angelo Buono.
There you go.
So Kenneth Bianchi was half of the Hillside Stranglers, two cousins that were here in California, originally from Rochester.
Well, I want to say even like Rodney Alcala, who was active at the same time. Are we bringing? Is Rodney Alcala in here too? Never mind. I'm sorry. I know so much about serial killers. It's just coming out all the time.
So they strangled at least a dozen women to death.
Oh, they did more than that.
Kenneth Bianchi's claim to fame is that he was the first person to get a groupie to kill for him while he was in prison.
Really?
That's something we didn't mention in the episode.
I did not know that. Who was the groupie?
So Veronica Compton was so in love that she willingly became a pawn. She attempted to kill someone via strangulation so that authorities would think that the Hillside Strangler was still out there to try to get the sentence reduced or completely just like so that he wouldn't be convicted. It would just be overturned because look, they're still out there.
You know, the lack of bodily fluids at the crime scene.
Also,
how she did it, especially with the LAPD at the time, who, yes, the LAPD at the time were not on their game, but they could recognize when a woman murdered someone and a man murdered someone. Sorry.
So her...
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna throw things. Okay, so Veronica's victim was actually way too strong and actually overpowered her.
Yeah.
So
well, duh.
Eventually, she lost interest, by the way, in Kenneth Bianchi and became involved with Douglas Clark, another serial killer.
Because of the women that they were into, they were the buxom blondes and stuff like that who basically took charge, and only a man could actually take over power because a smaller woman couldn't do it.
She got involved with another serial killer.
God damn.
You're talking over me and missing points.
I don't mean to. I just know a lot.
Honey, we know the same amount.
Do we?
Yes.
You've never called me honey before, but can you start calling me Shirley? Because surely you don't understand what calling me honey means. I'm kidding.
There's a cat.
There's a cat who almost knocked down a cat post to get his cat food.
The dance in the interview. Yes. I want to show the DDR video. You think we can get away with it?
No. Because it's Dance Dance Revolution mixed in with Charla Manson. Charla Manson could be his daughter.
Guns N' Roses covers his song
Guns N' Roses.
Look at Your Game Girl, and it was banned for years.
Well, no, Guns N' Roses also made the Axl Rose made the Charles Manson shirt famous to actually wear a shirt of Charles Manson, which in turn made who was the communist dictator from down south?
Che Guevara.
Che Guevara, which in turn made the Che Guevara shirts popular too. That's actually very true.
Okay, so I heard Montel Williams did an interview with him and told him that if he ever got out of jail, Manson did say that he'd kill everybody. But the interesting part is he didn't really kill anyone to begin with.
Manson never killed anybody. And Manson was only being crazy for the sake of being crazy because that's how he knew how to live, is what it was.
So Mikey says Manson wanted to write lyrics for the Monkees and the Beach Boys. That is true.
Manson actually wrote. It wasn't the Monkees. It was the. He wanted to write. They wanted to make money, being that they're in the commune out on Spawn Ranch. But they actually wrote for the Beach Boys, and I can't remember the drug addict Beach Boy tried to screw him over, and Manson got psycho with him and got his money from him. And mind you, Manson's lyrics and songs are pretty good.
So, Yes, he did want to write for the Monkees too. He wanted to. He didn't achieve it.
But then he realized the Monkees were the first band that 20 people wrote for.
Mary Jo, thank you. Aruba. They were in Aruba.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
There's only a handful of Manson songs I like. The rest are pretty much gibberish. Well,
I like them.
He spoke in gibberish. So
I listen to black metal all the time, so I'm like, this is kind of
cool. We don't understand
cool.
half the music we listen to.
I like the feeling behind him. They do he does do a lot of good, kind of cool songs.
Natalie, I'm going to be honest. I like the first one better than I like the second one.
Yeah, I can't.
Back when there were a few songs that I didn't mind by him.
Back when Psycho Bunny first started out, and I caught a band because I quoted a Marilyn Manson song.
Yeah, but there's a certain person that reported that.
A certain Leslie.
We should do a show about Madeleine McCann.
Who's Madeleine McCann?
She's a missing persons case.
Well, Ike, we should.
Angie!
Hi, Ange.
Hello! Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's get back into this. So we're not going to be paying attention to comments for a little bit, but continue to comment.
Continue to comment. We have about 15 minutes left because we have to get to Mr. Ghoul.
So,
did John Wayne Gacy get a male groupie?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
With that nice sweater. You gotta save that one and bring it up. This is right before he died in was it in the 90s? This has to be right before he died. Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I just can't with you.
You always can with me. And don't ever lie about that. Check this out. John Wayne Gacy got a male groupie.
Oops, hold on. Comments. I accidentally have one highlighted.
Sorry. Right here. And look at that, Chris. Look at, I would dare say that's a Halloween sweater.
No, that's
fall?
90s.
That's a fall 90s sweater right there.
That's just 90s all over it. That's like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Can you believe the guards who had to watch that conjugal visit? I'm sorry. I messed up.
Anyway.
All right.
I mean, okay, so Gacy, he was overweight, he was narcissistic. He committed dozens of murders and sexual assaults, but even he was able to find love. And he, by the way, most of those murders he was dressed as a clown.
No, it wasn't.
I'm joking.
I was okay. I was like, wait.
Calm down.
That would have made the murders almost.
I'm joking.
Spawn was right. A violator was right.
So, just because his actions make most people's skin crawl doesn't mean that there's not one person out there that would like him. Can't really,
There's always people who think they can. It's basically the whole logic of Captain Save a Ho. Even with they all believe.
Jason Moss.
They all believe they can do something for them to help them out. And it's like, no, you can't.
So Jason Moss was a college student who actually wrote to Gacy, originally claiming to be working on an assignment for school. They spoke on the phone every Sunday, and to pique Gacy's interest, Jason pretended to be gay. It worked.
So then they had to prove
Jason was able to visit Gacy during his 14 years on death row. Of course, Gacy, true to his psychopathic nature, turned violent during the visit and tried to sexually assault Jason. Jason survived. He was traumatized, but he learned a damn lesson.
Wait, the guards left him alone with him?
Apparently. So he put out a book about serial killers before finally succumbing to his long battle with depression, and he killed himself.
All right. Well, there goes all the jokes and everything. I'm sorry.
And of course, we're talking about Ted Bundy.
Ted Bundy. I'm sorry. Ted Bundy.
I don't get it. I mean, have you seen that girl that has his bite mark tattooed on her?
There are several people.
I know, but that one specific girl that's got it right there on her hip.
You mean the one that we all know?
No. I'm not shocked. I like how she goes, I'm so grossed out by it, but has it.
Yeah.
So many women fell for his looks and his supposed charm.
Well, actually, if you want to get into the bite mark, though, that actual bite mark, even though it matched his messed up teeth, was almost inadmissible in court because wasn't the proper science at the time.
Can I finish this?
Yes, you can.
Thank you. So he had his chiseled features. He had his charm. And somehow this all overshadowed the fact that he brutally killed at least 13 women.
Well, charm is charm.
And raped them and was known to even go back and visit the bodies and make love.
He was a necrophile.
I was phrasing it differently, but okay.
No, necrophile
So,
proper.
These confused fans worshipped this notorious serial killer. So one of the women, Carol Ann Boone, she actually had been convinced that he didn't do any of it. Convinced. She was always defending him. She even married him.
Until the conjugal visit.
They had a child together.
He actually has, I want to say,
A few.
Ted Bundy actually has a few children.
Yeah. So does Manson.
Yep.
So it didn't end with his trial. While Bundy was incarcerated, he received 200 letters a day from crazy fans, many of whom thought he was innocent.
Well, you know the crazy thing about...
But how can you think he was innocent?
Well, you know the crazy thing about Bundy and all these guys? They were on death row, whereas for the most part, some serial killers were in like Gen Pop.
Yeah.
But they were on death row, and all they ever had to do was... They actually did get conjugal visits, and they actually were able to spend time just talking to ladies and stuff like that because they're on death row. They had nothing else to do.
So even today, years after his execution, there's a new generation of groupies.
It's crazy because us being, having our true crime podcasts that we do with Psycho Bunny, us doing it, what we do is we're not groupies. We just tell stories of...
People have a misconception that we actually like
Put
serial
them
killers.
Up on a pedestal, and we don't.
We don't. In fact, most of this is to bring attention to the heinous crimes that happened.
One of the things that we bring up Edmund Kemper, I can say yes, he is my favorite serial killer
To talk about,
but he's not my favorite person. He's a terrible person.
No, well, it's also, people seem to have the misconception that I actually like serial killers.
Oh,
that's not the case.
Yeah. Exactly.
I like the psychology behind it.
Yeah, because
I like learning about what makes them tick.
Well, it's the logic of, the vast majority of us believe we have freedom and stuff like that, but real freedom to do what you want when you want, to ignore the control when it comes to your impulses. You know what I mean? That's what's intriguing with me with serial killers and stuff like that, is that they don't have an impulse control when it comes in, and they really truly are on the outside of the law.
So let's get to some of the comments. Kisa, that's a swap meet sweater. Gacy's last words were "kiss my ass."
Was it?
I don't remember.
I would believe you, Mikey, because you're Mikey and you're awesome.
Gacy, the true insane clown.
The ICP. Jeff says hi, Ange.
And I'm sitting here, Sven. Hey, Sven. And I'm sitting here single. Maybe I should strangle cats and dogs on the weekends, all for love.
You had to start when you were a kid to strangling cats and dogs.
And you had to pee the bed.
Then you had to pee the bed, set fires, and then move up to humans.
By the way, I was reading something recently that was saying that the bedwetting is not necessarily an indicator. Though it's common, it doesn't have a whole lot to do with it. It's a new article that I was reading that they just put out.
That's not accurate, though, because the vast majority of serial killers would wet the bed. The vast majority of them.
The wheels on the bug go round and around.
That is a great macabre song.
Hey, Jennifer. How are you? Long time no see.
Hi. But,
woo!
Well, let's get into the number one.
There we go. Yeah, we here at Psycho Bunny Death Call do not condone the actions of any of the serial killers mentioned. This is strictly for informational use only. Please do not do anything stupid.
No,
Thank you.
We don't condone the actions, but we do get intrigued by their stories and stuff like that. And then
I like to learn what makes them tick.
It's not just we also need to tell the stories of the victims and stuff like that.
That's why I make it a point to
well, especially the victims who've actually survived. Okay. Sorry. Well, there was another podcast I was listening to. I think it was last
my God.
Give me a second here. I think it was the last podcast on left, and they were bringing up the fact that the actual victims who were murdered are put as martyrs, but the victims who were not murdered and survived, society doesn't like to hear about them because it really brings in like the human element of it. It's like, oh my God, now we're reminded all the time of what could happen to everyone else, you know?
Okay. So
Richard Ramirez.
This is Richard Ramirez and his woman while he's in prison, by the way. Isn't that like prison prom shit? No joke.
Yeah. That's right before the conjugal visit. It is.
Prison
Seriously.
prom. All right. So Richard Ramirez, known as the Night Stalker. Yeah. Night Stalker was a thief. That's how he started. A rapist and a serial killer who got a kick out of breaking into strangers' homes. But it wasn't just that he broke in. It was if the window was open and unlocked, if the doors were unlocked, he was being invited in. That's what he said.
Richard Chase.
No,
that was Richard Chase.
He literally said, if you leave your doors open, you're inviting me in. Okay, fine. I'll show you when we're done.
Show me.
I will.
Richard Chase
anyway
felt like if the doors were open, that's why he called him the Vampire Sacramento, not because he drank blood. Richard Ramirez would take a screwdriver and just open up the window.
Anyway, I'll find the quote. So this was in the mid 80s. He was known for worshiping Satan. He loved AC/DC. And he's not the kind of guy that you really want to bring home to your parents. So
that was going on in the back of his head the entire time was Hell's Bells.
Okay. Cindy Hayden was a juror on his trial and fell head over heels for him.
So she convicted him and then fucked him.
Bought him clothes.
She knew what she was doing.
Bought him clothes and Valentine's Day presents. Didn't think Satanists celebrate Valentine's Day according to this thing, but this guy's stupid.
Well,
I don't know. Okay, I'm just going to throw this out there. First off, Valentine's Day is just a money holiday.
Okay, so take it from her standpoint. She was on his trial, right? On his everything like that. She convicted him to put him in a certain spot. Then I dare say she seduced him and got what she wanted out of him.
Okay, so Richard was convicted. But once in prison, women from all over were lining up to visit him because they thought he was so hot. Mind you, this guy had some of the worst hygiene. People who actually...
Not when he got in prison, though.
Okay.
It was different. Sorry, go ahead. No, he did have some of the absolute worst hygiene ever. But when he was prior to being convicted, he did have teeth work done to try to trick everybody, which shows he knew his intent. And then being in prison, he was forced to take showers. Okay.
What I was going to say was people who survived his stuff would mention his horrible smell.
You'd be surprised the people who would love this just roll around in that stank.
Gross. He had horrible breath. He didn't take care of his teeth. And he got his teeth fixed. He got implants put in with the intent of throwing the trial.
Actually,
and it was his lawyer who bought them for him.
One of the ways they actually were really looking into him was his dentist that he was constantly going to. They had them set up a camera at the dentistry. Mm-hmm. And several times they missed him because of it.
Well, so I guess people like the whole bad boy thing, but he loved the attention. He played off of it. He tried to make them all jealous of each other.
The one thing that all these killers, if you look at, they're lacking in is the lack of attention. He
eventually married one of them.
Yeah.
And then he died of natural causes in 2013.
Cancer.
Natural causes.
Was it cancer? No, I think it was leukemia or something like that.
I don't remember.
But let's get the comments real fast and we'll be out of here in a second.
Let's see.
Mm-hmm. Dear God, we have a lot of people in here tonight.
Some people believe it has to do
Yeah.
with people having extra chromosomes like XYX, XXY, or the one they think of connected serial killers are XYY.
Yeah.
I'll have to look more into that, to be honest. Pic looks like they're taking it at the mall, right? You know, like the ones that all the girls always had on their
where they're
their
sitting
binders,
there like
and they're all together, and they're all facing the same way.
No, wait, you guys, wait. That's how they did it.
Or they all had like the mousse in their hair, so it was all crunchy.
I had a girlfriend back in high school. I told
The crunchy hair.
Well, no, I had to go to no Tiffany.
Oh.
I
remember.
Well, my ex-girlfriend Tiffany, like back in high school, I'm pretty sure she could show the picture.
Owen Mills. No, Owen Mills was all the
we were
the
taken. We had to go to the picture place to do the Chola and Cholo pictures.
I remember those pictures.
And I had to wear jean pants, and at the time I was wearing Dickies and stuffing them into my docs. And I was all. And I'm like this big old dude.
I've seen the picture.
And at the time, I didn't have this beard or goatee. I was all baby face.
I've seen the picture.
And I was like, she's all, I love this pic. I was like, I hate this pic.
Sven, so I just kicked my cat and peed in my bed. Anyone feel attracted now? Right. Olin Mills. Yeah.
Oh, man.
I have a few of those ones. Your window was open. You cannot escape. Richard Ramirez.
That's pretty much what it came down to. I mean,
I'm telling you. Okay.
He did use a screwdriver to get in there. Not like this. Unlike this knife. Actually, he did use a knife too. Sorry.
Like a machine, like to see work. Yeah.
Yeah. Just like machines and stuff. I actually like to see how everything comes together.
Richard Ramirez was the guy who said if people left their windows and doors unlocked, it was a free invitation.
I swear to God.
It was not Richard Chase.
It was Richard Chase.
It was not.
Richard Chase said the exact same thing.
It was not, though. Okay, so I think he even said, yeah, he did. He did. He did say it himself. No, thank you.
We can look this up.
He smelled like caca. Yes, he did.
All right there, Mikey. Okay, we're going to get into a back chat here soon, and we're all going to have a huge, huge discussion about this.
The one with the XX or XYY are the more aggressive males. Yes.
I haven't. What do I have? I don't know what I have. I'm not aggressive at all.
No, you're fine. You have normal chromosomes.
I actually dare say I have an extra hugging chromosome because I like to hug.
Anyway. All right, that is our show for tonight.
I'm like, sitting outside of colleges, y'all ladies want to hug. And they're like, no, we don't want to ride or anything like that. I was like, I said, do you want to hug? And then I just run up on them. I'm like, and they're like, no, we're going to be raped. We're going to be raped. And I'm like, I love you guys. And then I just run off after hugging them. And I'm like, go ahead, hug her. I'm sorry.
All right, guys. Have a good night.
Oh, wait. Mr. Gould.
Mr. Gould is next. And also, make sure to go over to psychobunnydc.com and vote for your favorite costume in the costume contest.
Keith is my favorite. Keith is doing well.
We're not supposed to say that.
I'm just saying something.
God.
Going on here.
Anyway, bye, guys.
This is Mr. Applewhite speaking. There is nothing wrong with your device. Join me here on Psycho Bunny DC. A delightfully dreadful consternation of horror content